Hello, how's it going? Good, great, great, fantastic. And let me ask you this. How difficult is it when you're an established games company to make a decent game? How difficult is it? The state of gaming today is beyond a fucking joke. Gaming is dead, and the big publishers have played the biggest part in killing games as we knew it. Okay? I'll take you back to the golden era of games. The golden era of games was between the 90s and the early 2000s. Okay? This was because you had a fuck ton of companies. Okay? And it was an industry dominated, like all the best kind of innovative, fun, unique kind of games were dominated by a lot of British companies. And these big fucking publishers come in and bought these companies. I'm just as mad at the companies for allowing them to be bought by these big publishers. Big publishers like EA and Activision and Ubisoft, who they were called something else back then. But Warner Brothers, I think were also called something else back then. It's hard to keep track. Okay, Take-Two Interactive. We had so many amazing games companies. There was such variety, so much uniqueness. And since these big fucking publishers have come and bought everything, alright, it's just been about the money, Lebowski. Not even about the game, not even about the content of the game. How many lackluster games have we sat there and complained about? Like, is this all I'm getting for my fucking money? You know, the camel that broke the straw that broke the camel's back, not the camel that broke the camel's back. Well, I suppose that could happen. The good camel sex. Alright, but the straw that broke the camel's back is Anthem. Now, 2 years ago at E3, 2.5 years ago now at E3, when they first kind of showed this game, to say I was excited for it was an understatement. I'm like, this is it. This is one of my dream ideas for a game coming to fruition. You're in a mech suit. You're flying around big open spaces. Like, I mean, how hard is it to get a fucking superhero game where you're flying these big open spaces? And I don't mean like DC Online and things like that. Good game, but fiddly. But, you know, it's big open spaces. You go around these gorgeous settings. You shoot enemies. You work as a team to take down enemies. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, there should be more to this. It's absolutely beautiful, but there needs to be more to it. Anyway, so I played the demo. It was a good demo, but you know, one thing me and my friend agreed on, there needs to be more. Now comes the release. They haven't added more, and it's just loading screens. And I've watched a ton of live streams to get an idea, and that just sent me over the edge. It's like, that was it for me. It's like, you were given a chance, BioWare. You fucked up the Andromeda series, the Mass Effect series, so bad. You give Andromeda to another team to fucking start working on Anthem, and this is what we get. This is what we get. A basic bitch looter shooter with a ton of loading screens, and if you stray too far from your team during the fucking mission, you get another loading screen, and it just breaks my heart that this is gaming today, where we are sitting here hoping on little morsels of buggery to fucking get us through. I mean, how did we get to this fucking point? Greed has killed the industry, and what's worse is the industry is run by business owners, not by fucking game developers who have a passion for the thing that they're working on, for the company that they own. Okay, it's these profiteering pieces of fucking shit that aren't satisfied with making £500,000 in just 3 fucking days. 3 fucking days. Okay, you get cunts like Activision sacking 800 people despite record profit, and you get in a new CEO or COO, and you pay him 15 million. Instead of using that 15 million to distribute it among staff who are actually keeping your company afloat, You give it to some prick with extra bonuses should he meet targets. This is the fucking state of capitalism in a fucking nutshell. The higher up you get, the more impossible it is to fail. And even if you fail, you get a nice golden handshake. But if you're below decks, keeping the gears grinding away, making everything ticks over, you're dismissed. And you're paid fucking peanuts. Okay? There is no passion from the top when it comes to games. This is why games suck. It's like, let's see how much we can milk out of these fucking idiots. And gamers are the biggest fucking idiots on the planet. Because gamers are the worst for FOMO, the fear of missing out. They think, if I don't buy this game, if I don't get this microtransaction, I'm going to miss out. I'm not going to be the top. I can't show off. And people like you are the fucking reason why the gaming companies can keep getting away with this shit. Thankfully, now gamers have started to wake up and I thought, you know what, enough is enough. I'm paying 50 quid, $60 for a game and I'm getting fuck all for my money. And why should I have to pay extra for DLC and extra to unlock this and pay to fucking win mechanics and XP boosts and whatever other wank Ubisoft has gone down these days and Activision has gone down and fucking loot boxes and fist my fucking ass. The industry is fucked. I've never in my lifetime, apart from this generation of consoles, have I gone so long without buying a game. The industry is fucking dead and everyone has played their part in killing this fucking industry. There's nothing to look forward to. In fact, let me take that back. The only two companies, okay, that are smashing it when it comes to games and giving the consumers exactly what they want, which is, I pay money for a game, I get a full game. You know, if you want to charge extra for DLC, that's fine, but don't make it compromise the main game. Capcom, I'm fucking looking at you. Alright? Because you've done that in the past. And that's Sony and that's Nintendo. Alright? With them, what you get is what you pay for. I mean, my God, Horizon, what a game. Spider-Man, what a game. God of War, what a game. You know, and those are just in the last, like, year and a half, 2 years. And on the Nintendo side, obviously, you've got, like, Super Mario, or Mario World, or Mario Odyssey, and Smash Brothers. I mean, look at the roster on Smash Brothers. If that fucking game was made by bloody Team Ninja or Capcom, you'd have to pay for every one of those fucking characters. Whereas with Nintendo's like, there you go. Here's that whole roster. Alright? They're the only two holding the fort. Now, I always like to bash Nintendo because of their practices. But of late, they're coming off as the really, really, really good guys. They may be a little bit incompetent with their online gaming and communication with that Switch. But they're actually nowhere near the bad guys in any of this. In fact, they've even gone back on their clamping down on people showcasing their games on YouTube. Now you could do it. They won't claim monetization on your video. You know, they're doing things right. They're giving you a bang for your buck. Sony are giving you a bang for your buck. Developers of consoles are making good fucking games. Whereas the games developers have been around even before these consoles even existed. Well, maybe not Nintendo, but the PlayStation, okay, have gone down the shit. Their stock has fucking plummeted. They ain't worth shit. And to be fair, it is our job. Make sure we as gamers do our part. If you're truly fed up with the state of gaming, then companies like Warner Brothers, companies like Activision, Take-Two, EA, Capcom, Team Ninja, they have to go bankrupt. We have to bankrupt these companies. They have to just fall to the wayside and allow for the indie developers to rise up once again. Because you can distribute a game digitally now. You don't even need physical copies. So this is a great opportunity for indie developers to get a nice slice of our fucking money to build. I'm not talking for like massive, glorious, huge games. Just a good, fun, clean game. Single player, two player, doesn't matter. Okay, EA and Activision are on the ropes. EA just bounced back a little bit thanks to that crappy game Apex Legends. Okay, but they're on the ropes, and it's up to us to lay down the knockout punch for both of these, the two biggest cunts of the game industry, bar fucking none. The biggest. If you think of Jupiter, the biggest planet in our solar system, it's not enough to how big a cunt EA and Activision are. Okay, so it's up to us to fucking nail that knockout punch to those two bastards and send a message to say enough really is enough. That is all. Long rant, but I'm sick and tired of this. I'm absolutely fed up with gaming. I'm fed up with this constant merry-go-round. In the PS2 era, which was the last great gaming era, sorry to say it, I never once looked at myself and thought, there's nothing really to play. I had 100 games, and every one of those I was happy to go back and replay. In the PS3 era, that dipped quite significantly, and in the PS4 era, it's fucking dead. It's fucking dead. I have like 10 games for my PS4, and I've had the thing for 4 or 5 years. Enough. I've had enough.